Hi everyone, and welcome to Disney Decades. I'm your host, Nick LoCicero. In Disney Decades, I'm going to read about an event that happened in Disney Parks history, and you have to guess what year that event occurred. But there's a twist. In front of you, you should have a board with the dates 1950 through 2020. This is called the Time Wheel. You also have a set of 7 game pieces called Time Windows. If you don't yet have your Time Wheel and Time Windows, please pause this video and visit www.nt.com/DisneyDecades to download the game for free. Now, each time window is large enough to cover a series of years from 1 to 7. If you're really sure about a date, use a smaller time window. If you aren't too sure, use one of your larger time windows to cover more years. Once you use a time window, set it aside. It is no longer available for you to use. I have 15 events, and if you run out of time windows before I run out of events, you win. You'll have 20 seconds after I read an event to place your time window. If you need more time, just pause the video. No one's looking. Now that you know the rules, it's time to play Disney Decades. Of course, have fun and good luck. Let's start with event number 1. The Rose and Crown restaurant opens in the UK Pavilion at Epcot. What year did the Rose and Crown restaurant open in the UK Pavilion at Epcot? Did it open with the park? Did it open with the pavilion? What year did anything happen? That's what we're here to find out. Let's see, and time is up. It did, in fact, open with the park, 1982. All right, let's go to event number 2. The entire NBA playoffs, including the finals, were held at ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex. What year were the entire NBA playoffs, including the finals, held at ESPN Wide World of Sports Complex? It's a little hint, this wasn't for fun. This was because something was going on in the world and they couldn't travel that much. The year 2020, during COVID. All right, number 3. Disneyland Dream Suite opens in the space previously occupied by the Disney Gallery in the New Orleans section of Disneyland. What year did the Disneyland Dream Suite open in the New Orleans section of Disneyland? You know why the Dream Suite was created? That might help you come up with the year. And let's see, time is up. It was 2008. 2008. All right, on to event number 4. Let's see if you know your Disney World ticket price history. This one's fun. A one-day, one-park adult ticket to the Walt Disney World theme park costs $21.50, with an annual pass setting you back $140. How long ago was an adult ticket to the Walt Disney World theme park $21.50? And amazingly, to buy an annual pass for $140. Both cost a little bit more today. Well, that was back in 1985, when there were only 2 parks at Walt Disney World. All right, here's event number 5. The Land Grill Room replaces the Good Turn restaurant in the Land Pavilion at Epcot. What year did the Land Grill Room replace the Good Turn restaurant in the Land Pavilion at Epcot? I always like that name, Good Turn Restaurant, because the restaurant turned. Took a couple good turns around the Land Pavilion. So what year did that happen? That was back in 1986. 86, just a few years after the park opened. All right, we're a third of the way through, so that means we're on to event number 6. Disney acquires Muppet properties from the Jim Henson Company. What year did Disney acquire the Muppet properties from the Jim Henson Company? lots of great things came of that. Now the Muppets took over Rock and Roller Coaster. Crazy. Disney did a lot with the Muppets, but what year did they officially acquire them? That was back in 2004. 2004. All right. Here is event number 7, a golfing question for all you golf fans out there. Tiger Woods shoots 21 under par to defeat Payne Stewart by 1 stroke in the Walt Disney World Classic held at the Palm and Magnolia Golf Course. What year did Tiger Woods defeat Payne Stewart to win the Walt Disney World Classic, which was held at the Palm and Magnolia Golf Course? Pretty cool when they used to have those PGA Tour events here. See all the golfers come through. What year did that happen, though? That was 1996. 96. All right. Moving on to event number 8. Disneyland opens to the public for the first time. Hopefully a giving to a lot of Disney park history fans out there. Should be able to use smaller time window on this one. Hopefully Disneyland opens for the first time. What year did Disneyland open? And time is up. 1955. Hopefully you guys got that one right. And let's move on to event number 9. The Haunted Mansion opens in New Orleans Square at Disneyland. So sticking with that Disneyland history, what year did the Haunted Mansion open in New Orleans Square at Disneyland? Did it open with the park? Did Nick make this one way too easy? No, I didn't. It opened a little bit later. What year did it open? And the year was 1969. That's right, 1969. All right, we're back at the Walt Disney World Resorts for event number 10. Geyser Point Bar and Grill opens at Disney's Wilderness Lodge. Geyser Point Bar and Grill, what year did it open at Disney's Wilderness Lodge? Definitely one of my favorite go-to spots around the Disney resorts. Wonderful seating area. You get to see the water pageant. It's a great little place to have a drink, have some food. What year did it open? 2017. 2017. All right, 2/3 of the way through. You only got 5 questions left. If you have less than 5 time windows, you can still do it. I believe in you. Here we go. Event number 11. The Leave a Legacy program begins at Epcot. What year did the Leave a Legacy program begin at Epcot? Of course, it was originally there at the front of the park, right after the main gate. Now it's moved to the side. But you have a Leave a Legacy out there. Pretty cool. You never got a chance to do that. But what year did it begin? 1999, right before the millennium. All right, here we go. Event number 12. Night safaris are introduced on Kilimanjaro safaris at Disney's Animal Kingdom. What year were those night safaris introduced on Kilimanjaro safaris at Disney's Animal Kingdom? Crazy, crazy time. We had fake sunsets, fake animal sounds. It's kind of funny. But what year did that happen? 2016. All right, for event number 13, Huckleberry Finn's Fishing Pier closes at Disneyland. What year did Huckleberry Finn's Fishing Pier close at Disneyland? Huckleberry Finn's Fishing Pier. Crazy story there. Closed the same year it opened, so if you remember that from a few episodes ago. 1965. All right, so hopefully you got that one right because we talked about it a few episodes ago. Hopefully you get this one right. If you're following us on social media, I gave this answer out this week. Every week we do a Disney Decades question of the week on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. So follow us there and you'll get at least one perfectly right. Here's event number 14. John Hench is honored as a Disney legend. What year was John Hench honored as a Disney legend? A lot of things at Disney. He was Mickey's official caricature portrait person. That's what they called him. That's the exact title. And he also worked on films. He worked in Imagineering. Amazing career. He was honored as a Disney legend in 1990. 1990. All right, last question. Last event number 15. Here we go. Cinderella's Surprise Celebration stage show debuts at the Magic Kingdom. What year did Cinderella's Surprise Celebration? It was a stage show. It debuted at the Magic Kingdom. We're looking for the debut year. Cinderella's Surprise Celebration. I'm surprised they didn't spell surprise with a C just to make it, I don't know. Anyway, 2001. The year was 2001. That's it. That's all 15 events. How'd you do? You got rid of all 7 time windows, didn't you? You did it this time. Congratulations. If you didn't, there's plenty of other episodes you could try out and see if you could use all your time windows on those. Now, feel free to post your score in the comments. Talk to other people who are also watching the show. Let us all know how you did. And also, if you haven't already, like this video, subscribe to the Parchive channel. You get more content like this, and you get notifications whenever we drop a new episode. Well, that's it for this edition of Disney Decades. See you next time.